Welcome everyone, it's time for more Avowed. Last time I became Harry Potter. Yes, you see to the right I have my trusty wand, my book of spells, and I can do cool basic casts. Yes indeed, I found this of a dead man's corpse, and that is very lovely. I also leveled up to get the actual missiles, the first spell that you get. And so far I kind of like the system they built here, which is that you have, as I just showed you, the basic casts, that just deals a little bit of damage. We'll see if I can boost that somehow, but it at least does some damage, and as I kind of suspected, it does use up stamina, so future level ups we might have to do a bit of stamina boosting, we'll see. And I also found this spellbook, and this is kind of cool. See on the left mouse button, that is what I just did in the basic cast. If I hold the right mouse button, you can see at the bottom center, we get a choice of spells that I don't personally know, but is in this spellbook, and I can cast them as any other spell. That's kind of nifty, and I like that. I like that a lot, actually. So that's sort of how that works, and if we go into our character here, into abilities, the way that it sort of works is that I unlocked the basic thing. That's just, you have to do that to open up everything else. Now these three are the ones that I have access to in the book. I don't know, right, so I actually now understand sort of how this works, because you see at the bottom there it says, I think, well, actually, I might be in the way of this. It says for rank 1, a grimoire with this spell is what I need to even do anything. So apparently, is that how we can assume then? I can't unlock this unless I have the grimoire. So right now I have a grimoire for all these 4 spells. So if I now want to learn them, I can, provided I have an ability point, which I don't have. I don't even know if I want to spend it on that. I might want to spend it on... well, player level 5. Sure. We'll see about that. Now, I think I have, well, in journal, is there anything interesting in journal? Right, we have a bunch of tutorials, that's fine. But, did I check, did I do this in the, here we go, companions. So our lovely Kai also has abilities, and I think I can... Did I not do anything last time? I don't know. I really don't understand. I think I did check that, but why did you have a exclamation point next to your little icon there? I don't know. And I don't care so much right now. Also, this guy, 100% same voice actor as Garrus, which is both good and bad. It's good because I like him. He's a good voice actor. But I'm just going to hear Garrus, aren't I? I mean, as a positive, I suppose, he does have a bit of an accent to this game, so it's not exactly the same. That's good. But yeah, we sort of finalized the tutorial area in the last episode. Had a bit of a boss at the end there. Did it in one go. Very lovely. And the companions that we had at that point, they are now... Are you still here? Yes, they're just now chilling over there. Cool. Don't know what they'll do, but we don't care. We have Kai. He is the melee character. Isn't that very good? Because we're a mage character. And we have arrived in Paradis, where we basically wanted to be. And that is this episode. Paradis. We are going to be exploring the crap out of this, because I'm going to assume that it's not just to go to that arrow and then we're done here. No. I'm going to assume there's going to be more stuff about. So... that's where we begin. Let's move on in. There we go. We already have fast travel.
These beacons all over the island. They're good for finding your way around.
Thank you, Garrus. So we have a map. That's a fast travel point, and that is right. That's not in the city. Obviously, that's the city. We're not even in. Oh. I'm sorry, this is not Paradis, apparently. This is just the docks to Paradis. Paradis is over there. Okay, well, we're gonna get there eventually.
The city's getting crowded.
We have a main character.
3 to 1.
Okay, and Claviger's landing.
What do you think, dimwit? In the ambassador's pocket. That's enough for now. We got a listener.
You do. Hello. This?
Keep walking, Outlander.
Okay, you don't want to talk to me. How about you, Pod?
Hey, Better watch your step.
Well, better watch your mouth before I turn it into a never mind. I don't have toad spells just yet. Exploration. Can I? Oh, bloody hell. No, maybe not right now. Okay, so what do we have here? Who the hell are you? Jago the Seawolf. Hello. Tuneless whistling is that, apparently. Sparrowhawk Wastrel or Wastrel?
Piss off.
Is Wastrel a name or a, like, title? Don't know. Probably a title because you're a lackey.
Don't test me.
Sparrowhawk. Okay, so what would this be? Need either 3 of something or a warehouse key. Find a warehouse key. I was also talking about potentially now the game is starting to be a bit fuzzy with the graphics. I might indeed have to turn it down. I was talking about it in the last episode, and it does look as if that might be the case, yes. Alright, we have Sinric, militia captain, hello.
Don't let the name fool you. The Strangle Route used to be a nice place.
And that's where I'm going, lovely. Hello, merchant.
Greetings, friend. You look like you could use a fine weapon or a sturdy shield. Not to worry, Volter is here. I suggest you take a look at my wares before you speak to Daggerda. Who knows what mood she's in today?
Oh, okay. Well, that's something that we should have delved into, but apparently not. So, right, let's ask about where he gets his wares.
From legitimate sources, clearly. From traders and adventurers, mostly, and a few used pieces from people down on their luck.
Well, isn't that lovely? So, yeah, I wasn't considering the legitimacy before, but I am now.
Apologies, friend. People see me selling weapons on the harbor and call my morals into question. I assure you, all of my wares have been vetted for quality and polished thoroughly to remove any unwanted stains.
Vetted by who? Okay, yeah, this is not gaining confidence with me, sir.
Well, I believe my wares speak for themselves. Figuratively, I mean.
So no cursed source then. Gotcha. Right, so you are a basic weapon salesman, but you do have a fine arquebus and a fine great hammer. Is that like the... Yes, that's like the next level. Gotcha. So there is a thing, we're not going to buy anything from you because you don't have anything I need, but there is a thing that we can look into as a matter of fact. So what we can do with all of these things is obviously sell them, but we can also break them down. So if I press R, there we go. Now I have some iron chunks and didn't I get Paradis and ladder for that? No, that's upgrade, sorry. We're gonna break down this guy too. The bow I'll keep, and I'll keep these because I actually do have them in sort of rotation if I need it. So Paradis and ladder is what we need, but for some of that I get some stuff. Would be nice if we could... Ah, right, it literally says right here, softwood branch is what we get from that. Cool. So that's stuff that we can do. We can also do some stuff here. Pelts we can get from these, and that's absolutely fine. Break those down. We have the court gloves. Don't even get anything from that. Oh. Are these... Yeah, these have some stun on them, but okay, so we literally cannot even... can't even break down certain things. And iron chunks. Okay. Yeah, that's just... Okay, right, yes. Materials, says it right there. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Lovely. And then...
The living lands are a
what was her
dangerous
name?
place.
Daggerda.
newcomer
Hello,
like you.
Daggerda.
Welcome to Dawnshore, traveler. My name is Daggerda. You seem like you could use a nice potion or a bite to eat. And I promise a safe and pleasant transaction, despite whatever Volter told you.
Oh, they are... they're having a bit of banter between them. He did warn me about you.
I'm sure he did. He'd rather chase off my customers than admit he was wrong.
Wrong about... Oh. How did I know that they were married? When did I hear about this? Am I psychic?
To be honest, stranger, I'm not inclined to go into it. He knows what he did. and let's leave it at that.
So it's all on Walter then. Right, what is it that you sell? You sell stuff, I was about to say. Yes, you sell, for the most part, or only, in fact, consumables. Good to know. I suppose some of these are these like relevant to only the status stuff, or is it anything else? Well, they're consumables, so probably not materials, no.
Protect that pretty face. Armor and shields for sale, envoy.
Right, Lena, she's selling armor.
Heading out to the wilds? Make sure you have everything you need. You don't want to... Kai, I told you not to show your face around here again.
Come on. You're not still mad about that hunting knife, are you?
All right, no. You're clear. But you better pay up front this time.
I knew you'd come around. You miss me.
I'll let you think that. Now don't mind him. What are you interested in?
Okay, you know what? I said he had an accent before because it felt like that in the last episode. Now it doesn't feel like he has an accent anymore, so it's just Garrus. He's also vaguely, not the same color, but he's an alien, if you know what I mean. Alright, so are you old friends by any chance?
Yeah, some of the oldest in Paradis. He's a headache, but that's because you want him to come back alive.
So you do care.
I lied to the garrote for you. Do I have to spell it out?
Alright, love interest, gotcha. So you have some stuff. Ooh, Wayfarer's gloves. Power attack, deal fire damage. Okay, not necessarily interesting to me. Oh, treasure map. Intimidating feline codpiece. Okay. And also lockpicks. Okay, how much money do I have? Where's my money? 488. Absolutely, we're grabbing that. Lovely. My husband spent a fortune on this Stelger codpiece to spy things up in the bedroom. Now I don't want it. Now he's dead on account of a weak heart. I want nothing to do with that tasteless, though brutally effective, garment. So I leave it to the gods to find a worthy bearer. Oh, bloody hell. Okay, do I really want the sex toys? So we're gonna have... I can see... Ooh, what is that structure? Don't know, obviously, now, because we haven't even been here, but we have some sort of cliffs, etc. with a cave. Interesting, add to journal, but we are going to pick up, in fact, all of these lockpicks, because that's apparently something we can do in this game. Reasonable. So thank you for that. We don't need to track that quest, that's okay. Have absolutely something here.
How hard is it to answer a question?
I don't trifle with souls, ma'am.
They're tearing my home apart. Never mind.
Ooh, hello, Dehengen. Do you have issues?
I can't believe how rude everyone is around here.
Where... Yeah, you're the one shouting. Don't think Dawnshore is much for niceties. That's probably true. But, you know what? Let's just cut to the chase. Can I help you with anything?
How hard could it be to find a watcher?
A watcher, so yes, as an arcane scholar I can say, surely there's an address registry in the city archives that you could consult.
That's a long way to walk. Oh well. The house is probably a loss by now.
Oh, come on. You don't seem to be too fussed about the situation if you can't even go for a walk. So, why do you need someone to, rather someone who can read souls? Are watchers people who can read souls, apparently?
I'm clearly under some kind of curse. A band of Zorips invaded my house. What am I gonna do?
Okay, Zorips, I've killed many of those, so I can help with that. But yeah, hold on. Why would they invade your house?
Why did they do anything? They've probably eaten all my food and destroyed my supplies. I don't know what else. First, my ship gets attacked by pirates. Then none of my plants will take. Now this happens? And they won't let me into Paradis to sort it out?
Oh, so you're from Paradis, but you can't even go there. Who's they?
The militia. They're scared of some plague. At least that's what they say. I wonder if it's really the Adirans. Keep us out and themselves in. I should never have come here.
Come here for a better life and find a worse one. Wish I hadn't heard that before.
So, Yeah, the soul plague is a bad thing, okay? You should know about that. So, let's see what I can do about them. Most people would have given up by now. Yeah, why do you stay here still?
It's hard to put it into words. I just feel like I should be here. I'd heard it was dangerous, but the Glenfathan wilds were dangerous. I thought I was prepared. I had no idea what I was in for.
Okay. By the way, I still don't understand quite why some words are highlighted. I mean, I realize that for the most part it's like names. But like, can I do anything with that? Is it just to highlight that it is a name? Because like, it's a capital letter at the front, so we already know that. Anyway, what about those plants then?
I wanted to grow a little food, save some skates. They never thrived, that's all. Clearly, I have bigger things to worry about.
That is also true. Alright. Oh, with intellect, the souls of plants and kith are made of the same essence. Maybe your plants have died of the plague. See?
Gods. Is it in the crops? As if things couldn't get any worse.
That is potentially true. We will find out later, I think. So, yes, I'll help out with the Sorips.
Then take my house key. It's northwest of here. That cabin on the cliff all by itself. Gods know I can't go back. And there's nothing to steal either. The Zorips saw to that. Come back when you've dealt with them. And make sure you get their leader, too. I'm sorry, but I don't think they'll go quietly. You'll have to kill them.
Well, isn't that sad? Right, you shall not have to worry much longer.
Never thought I'd miss that dingy little place.
Okay, so northwest. Let's see here. So that would be... If I look at the minimap, that would be north, right? So it would be somewhere along that road, and we'll get to that. Don't you worry your sweet little tuckus. We shall go in here where there are a lot of mushrooms. Should there be a lot of mushrooms in here? I don't know, but this is a very nice and coastal area right here.
Move along, please.
I was here first. I'm not going anywhere.
If you're not working or selling something, you're loitering. Clear the way.
Now listen, you might be big in idea, but these are our docks, not yours. You're in for a rude surprise if you think we'll answer to you.
Fine. Have it your way.
Not sure what you were trying to accomplish with that.
Oh, piss off.
I was about to say the same thing, and also she gave up very quickly. Hello.
Don't think you can come over here and try to strong-arm me too.
I mean, I could probably kill you quite easily. So anyway, what else do we have here? Let's be sort of thorough. You're just chilling.
Leave me alone.
Yeah, you were the one talking to her before. Let's check it down here. So, another dock.
I can't help it.
Concerned mother.
After what happened with Kalisha.
I know, dear, but worrying isn't going to do anything.
You're right. Of course.
Have faith, love.
Well, that's all lovely. Okay, don't know what you're concerned about, but sure.
Still,
hello.
There is something to be said for the stability that the Adirans bring.
For you, perhaps, if you don't mind ignoring their stance on animancy.
I suppose. It isn't perfect, but in all my years living here, I've never felt so safe.
Ah, well, let's hope they never make it to Fjord. It wouldn't end well.
Okay, you know what, I'm not gonna stand around listening to every bloody conversation, but just to get the sort of feel of the game, I suppose. Now, by the way, I also have to mention something, which is that I kinda lied at the beginning of this game when I said that I know nothing about the Pillars of Eternity, the world. I have played Pillars of Eternity, the first game, for about 12 hours, so I should know a little bit, but yes, only 12 hours for a very long game. I don't know why I stopped. I think I just sort of fell out of it. But yes, I was actually thinking of Path of Exile, which is similar in name, but not exactly. But there you go, so I have now corrected that little mishap. Right. But don't think about it, don't jump, you have so much more to live for.
Paradis to newcomers, so where should I go?
I mean, it would be interesting to listen to people, but you know what, I don't really so much care. So, okay. How far away would her thing be? There's an Adra stone. There's a lot of ruins here. Whose ruins are these? Don't know, but... Oh, it was you. You are a quest giver. Hello, Sansa.
Gelardi. I'd heard a godlike had come to Paradis.
Oh, hey, Sansa. Comes on a little strong, that's all. He doesn't bite.
But to meet you, what an honor. Who is your patron? Were you drawn to this place?
Well, I don't know. And I can speak to fish and shoot fire from my ass. It's incredible. That sounds kind of fun. Okay, so you're like very onto just women, or maybe everyone, who knows? So, okay, I know you. You mapped Deadfire. Apparently, I know that.
Ho ho! So you are familiar with my work? It's a pleasure to meet one as cultured as you. It was arduous work, but I couldn't have done it without help. Speaking of which...
Listen, you haven't been to the wilds east of the city, have you?
I can't say I have just yet. So everything there wants to kill me, probably.
I assume that's a no? Then have you seen a cartographer in the area? A human, about my height?
No, since I haven't actually been there. They went that way, I can say. But okay, hey, where's this going?
His name is Girmund. He's my assistant, and I'm worried about him. I sent him to map the eastern wilds. I knew it would be perilous, but it's been a long time since he's written, even for him.
Okay, interesting. And I just spotted something right at the bottom here. Dialogue, history, and lore. Oh, there's the answer to why we have some marked ones. I can literally see what's going on here. So Gillard, which he said, Valian, which he probably is then. Approval meaning excellent, or brave, or defiant, and godlike. That's me. Paradis is a city. Sansa is you. Eccentric but renowned Valian cartographer. And yes, the perilous Deadfire archipelago. His dog is named Caleb. Lovely. Okay, so that's what we can do with those. That's kind of cool. So, okay, and what do you mean by perilous?
Bandits, smugglers, spiders with eyes as big as plates.
You know how many so-called adventurers I've saved out there?
It's an intrepid occupation.
3, this month.
As I said, if you find him and bring me his map, I'll be glad to pay you for it. I may even have more work for you.
Gotcha, we'll be making our way there eventually, I assume. So, okay, I see why you're concerned. Yes, paying work, you know what? Count me in.
Thank the gods. At least coin will get me somewhere. When he last wrote, he was mapping the eastern ruins. Take the letter, it might help. If you find him, bring his work to my shop in Paradis Town. You're welcome anytime. I have quite the assortment of curios. Maybe you'll even buy one of my maps.
Could do. Right, Gehrman's dispatch wanted. Sansa, proprietor of Sansa's Emporium, has reported his assistant Gehrmund is missing in the wilds of Dawnshore. A reward will be offered for the return of Gehrmund's cartographic notes, but not for Gehrmund. Weirdly enough. Below is his last correspondence posted to provide clues to his whereabouts. From Gehrmund and Sansa, pleased to report that I made it to Usher's hand intact, since we've overestimated how far we can safely explore. We could outfit an entire expeditionary force with the bandits I've encountered on the main road alone. I'm gonna spend my whole purse bribing my way out of scrapes. To think I used to gripe about the Principi. I think. Not Principi, I don't know. Never again. Anyway, here now. Set up camp in the cavern while I scout the ruins. I wonder whether anyone in the wayward throngs of Paradis is an expert on dead languages. What are we calling the ancients anyway? Godless? Not much of a name. You think on it and I'll transcribe. Hope I'm not writing down any curses. So some ruins and a cave. That's basically where he is.
That's our marching orders then.
Well, we'll see. So we have yet stuff to look at here, I think, maybe. Let's move back a bit. This is up from where we were before, right? Yes, that's the knife-wielding lad. We have a Furian rice wine. I shall grab that. Doesn't look like there's stealing, at least not that one. So, is there stealing in this game? Interesting question. We can make our way up here. That's interesting. Yes, some people. Ooh, hello. I can see exploration stuff when I see it, so to speak. But isn't this where... Wait, this is boring. Well, it was a bit of an exploration thing, but it didn't really... Well, okay, hold on. We keep on going. This is a bit interesting, yes. Oh, bloody... Shit out. Then down here, and up. Curious. Ah, there we go. The Aether Empire Part 1 Origin. I did not think that it would be a book. I am not gonna read all this. But okay. Stuff. Okay, you know what? Fine, whatever. This is the first one. Let's read it. Let's have a bit of a read. In approximately 2200 AI. AI, yep. Confused if it was IA or AI. AI, a group of tribes called the People of the Deer unified into a new civilization called the Aether Kingdom. The tribes, small and widespread over the land, knew it would be better for their continued existence to unify. The leaders of each tribe became advisors to the king, chosen by the group. Each advisor would still be lord over his people, but each lord would answer to the Fairkönig, first king. The decision was exactly what was needed, and the Aetheran kingdom thrived, spreading across the land and establishing strong trade routes. The Aetherans became known as fair but shrewd businessmen. While the country thrived, and internally there was still a little strife, there was still the occasional skirmishes with the neighboring elven kingdom of Kulklin. Not long after the kingdom was formed, the Aetheran people began studying animancy. Still largely unknown at the time, animancy was an exciting, terrifying new realm in which Aetheran scholars saw great potential. I do want to know what animancy actually is. So this potential came to bear fruit in 2260 AI, when a group of animancers working together transferred the soul of a recently departed man into another body. Is that what it is? Cool. Creating the first of what would later come to be known as the... Okay, not cool. Undead. Gotcha. The reaction to this discovery was swift and decisive. Both the King of Aether and the Church of Boudica condemned this event, and the study of practice of animancy was outlawed. It would never again be practiced openly on Aetheran soil. So... Right, necromancy would be bringing someone back alive. Animancy would be to sort of, indeed, literally what it said, to transfer the soul. Okay. Conflicts with the Kulklin continued, escalating into a minor war in 2398 AI. Afterwards, a treaty was signed and the Kingdom of Aether merged with Kulklin to form the Aether Empire. Ooh, okay. So with the political and military strife now settled, the Aether Empire would become an economic powerhouse, able to acquire and generate resources that were difficult to obtain in other parts of the world. The Empire's trade routes became some of the most lucrative in the world. That was also a very shiny book. Is there a reason why it was a very shiny book? I have no idea. Can we keep exploring here? I mean, sort of. Not really. Oh, don't jump down there. Seems like a big fall. This is also a big fall. No, it's fine. It's fine. Right. That was interesting. Now, was this going up a bit just for that? Or is there other things? Because I never went in here. Hello? Ah, it's the bar. Cool. Can I keep stealing stuff? It doesn't say anything about stealing, so I'm just gonna grab it. Okay, so some people are just having a good old time here. I say bar, it doesn't seem to actually be a bar. It seems to be a place where people can eat and drink. Alright, well, lovely for you, I suppose. No, nothing interesting there, I think. Okay, well, you know what? Why the hell not? Let's just jump out of the window. Hey, there we go.
I've come in search of lost treasures. Have you heard any rumors of such things in the area?
Well, this is interesting.
I suppose so, actually. There are some Pargrunan ruins to the north, just across the river from the Strangle route. The Pargrunan are said to have left behind many treasures.
Very good. I will remember you. You will be justly compensated upon my return.
Yeah, sure. Just be careful, all right? The land gets more dangerous the further north you go. No telling what might be waiting for you.
Well, that
Do
was
not
lovely.
worry, little man.
Okay.
I have stared death in the face before, and have no fear of these supposed dangers.
All right. Well, good luck.
All right then.
It's a fine day for adventuring.
It probably is,
Greetings,
you know.
godlike.
Hello, you know what I am. That's lovely. What the hell is that? Is that supposed to be a window, or I don't know. A door, that is a bard. That's curious. That's sparking a bit of interest from me at the very least. Ooh, I see even more exploration stuff. Because we can go over here. Then we can go up here. Ooh, hello, see. Okay. Can we break? No, not break. Okay, well we are here now. Nothing. Oh, we just walked up here, I suppose. Okay, not that interesting in some ways. But how can I get in, if at all? Oh, hello. Ooh, it doesn't ring. It's a bell, for crying out loud. Right. Now you ring. A bit of a delayed ring. Doesn't seem as if there is any way inside this thing. At least not from up here. Okay, well, we're just gonna be... There we go. Here's an entry point into whatever this is, at least. Okay. Which was this interesting? There's like a big hole in the hole there. Ooh, this looks interesting. Greediness shipment. Okay. So let's tamper with the crate, and the lockbox inside falls open to reveal sachets of woodsy, bracing, smelling herbs. The scent identifies them as Hileus parsley, common to the Adrian mainland. Small doses can prevent a pregnancy. A larger dose can end one. So just got something that is something I don't know about. We have a big old chest as well. Copper stuff, beetle shell, enchanting. Okay, so we have enchanting in this game too. Interesting to note. We can... Oh, right. This would be the other side of the thing. Right, gotcha. And it's going to be the same here, right? Yes. Oh, okay. So we were able to get in here. I realized also, yeah, there is this really, really big hole in the wall. So, good job for protecting this place, when it was, in fact, potentially quite easy to get in here. Maybe? I don't know. There's a whole lot of platforming to be done here. Grab onto. Good. And we have a lockbox. Silver stuff. Sorry, tongue. Awesome. I say awesome, I don't know if it's awesome. Okay, so I can get up here. This building, however, seems rather, if not impenetrable, then at least a bit difficult to get into. Down. Yeah. I don't immediately see. Right. No, that's not a way in. Oh. Okay. Hold on. I see. Potentially. Hold on. I saw something that could be open. We are gonna go over and around. There was a little bit of a ledge thing there. Right here. Yes. Let's just jump down here. Hello. There we go. Okay. Can I... Yeah, we can actually just jump down here, I think. If we can make it over in one go. There we go. I like the fact that they reward exploration. That's lovely. Brigandine armor, pelts, chunks, tongues, all of the good stuff. No, none of those materials I need to upgrade my wand, though. That's a bit of a shame. But health potion. Oh, right, now I know what the thing to the right there is. Those are lockpicks. So I am definitely going to use 3 to get into this chest. Because this is a big chest. Then there it is. Paradis and ladder. Not enough though, I think. No, oh, we do need a workbench apparently. Also, I mean, you can get in here. Game, don't do this. Don't have very plausible ways to get in and then say to the player, hey, you can't actually go here. It's actually impossible. That's weird. We also have a common spear, wrong button. By the way, this is how we also control our lovely friend. We'll have to figure out how to work this, because these two apparently need to somehow target. It says no target at the bottom there, so we'll figure out exactly how this works. And now we can unbar the door and get out of this way. Good. See, exploration pays off almost always. Right, there was also this little thing. Oh. Test your metal. Do you think you have what it takes to stand against me? Come see for yourself. Whether you're a Paradis native, an Aedirn newcomer, or anyone else, you're welcome in my arena. Just leave your problems and politics at the threshold unless you want to be the next one to test my theory that Kith can fly, but only straight towards the ground and only once. Come to the top of Maker's Assay to see what you're made of. Mina the Weapons Master, huh? Okay, I was about to say, is this the arena? But no, apparently this is not the arena. Gotcha. I was about to say, that's a ladder, but doesn't actually reach anywhere. Oh, hello. Just another common spear. If nothing else, we can sell, but we can also break down. Don't forget. Right. Can I now? Yes, I can sort of figure out the map. And I think that, haven't I done most of this now? So we have... upgrade. Oh, upgrade is over here, apparently. Okay, strangle. That's the strangle route. That's very far from strangle route. So, okay, the cottage is over there. Bloody hell. I am gonna say now, this is a pretty big old map, this. Beautiful goats. And, right. I think we are ready to just sort of move out into the wilderness, right? Or we can also go searching in the sewers. And I am gonna assume that we can use this. There we go. Okay, and now. It's a lockbox for me. Common pistol. Okay. Pistols in this game, huh? Gotcha. Right. Can't say I remember that little thing from the little that I did play Periods of Eternity, but okay, there's pistols in this game, huh? Now don't be too quick, don't be too quick. We do want to make sure that we don't miss any of the lovely stuff that we can find. Thing down. Okay, let's check this out first. What can we find here? Oh, we're finding the lighthouse, but I'm below the lighthouse. Bloody hell. Okay. So I can see it's a whole lot of underwater stuff. Ooh, are we gonna have to think about underwater stuff then? Probably yes, but I wouldn't spend too much time right now until we actually know what it is that we might be doing. But a backpack. Escape Grimoire of Evidence. Is that the... oh, no, thank you. Is that the same thing as I have? Yes, that is the same thing. And then we have Eye of Rimgand, which I apparently want to take. Do I want to take that? What the hell is that? Glacial Spore Shard, rumored to be fragment of Rimgrand himself. It releases a frigid mist when cracked or broken. A grenade. That's what goes in that guy. Okay, okay, so now I have a grenade that I can toss. Lovely. Let's get over here. There we go. We have Palmstone. Cool. Nothing up here. Stay on land, I was about to say. As I plunged into the water. There is something over there. I'm a bit too far away though. Can I even get up here? I wonder. And if I can't, what do we do about that? Ooh, mystery. Potential mystery. I cannot get up here. Okay. Magic to fly. Telekinesis. That's intriguing. Okay. Gotcha. Cabbage. I shall have cabbage. Those were very tiny cabbages. Oh, hang on. Basically invisible wall there for a moment or two. Okay, we have some fishermen, or whatever. Okay, let's just grab stuff as we find them. Not that though. I do have to remember that I don't have any essence whatsoever right now. That's a whole bloody shark, that. Well, these are, I suppose, in deep waters, etc. So sharks would be a thing, yes. So I am currently just... okay, you know what, yeah. I am gonna follow the coast for a bit. How's that for a starting point? But yeah, going for a swim might be something better to do at some point. I think that we are done going by the coast, in fact, because this is not anything I would assume. This is just some wreckage, etc, etc. So let's make our way back up towards the lighthouse. Because I do want to see what that is all about. I think I can remember to recheck the minimap as well. There's stuff there. That is to say, there's information there. We were here, I think. Oh, that's Paradis and ladder, apparently. Those bushes we definitely need to keep track of. Yes. Do I now have enough for my the wand? Yes, I do. Okay. Apparently I had picked up some Paradis and ladder at some other point. Workers note. Overheard a pair of men in the grinning Balrog talking about a treasure map at the top of the lighthouse. Don't know how the other workers haven't found it yet, but we're never going to have a chance like this again. Go back there and take a look now that everyone has cleared out. Make sure no one sees you and watch that scaffolding. You don't want to fall like Fennec. We can't buy that vineyard near Salona if you're dead. Think about it. All the wine we can drink and no one to bark orders at us. I mean, generally at a vineyard, how much of your own supply do you drink? Don't know, but we're gonna find a whole lot of dead people here, aren't we? Yes. Because it's a lighthouse, sure. You die. It's a lighthouse, sure, but also there's ominous purple lanterns here, which is never a good sign. And a plaque which shivers. So the plaque reads, in honor of the friendship and the bounty bestowed upon Paradis by Fior Mes Iverno, 3 Majestu 2784 AI, may it triumph over darkness and guide us through these untamed lands. The note underneath reads, the order of Claviger Emond, closed until further notice. Repairs to the staircase and cupola are currently underway. At the bottom, a second note in larger handwriting says, heard Fennec's voice in the stairwell. Damn the repairs. Stay away from this place. Oh, okay. Trapped or haunted? Trapped or haunted? We shall see. Or I suppose trapped or haunting would be the correct way to say that. Okay. Scaffolding indeed. I suppose we're just gonna try it and see what happens. Okay. Are we finding dead people or are we finding undead people? Could be a bit of both, I suppose. We shall see. But I do not trust this place, that's for damn sure.
If this can hold me, you'll be fine. Just don't look down.
I mean, I was here first, but sure. Okay. Higher and higher we go. And alright, here we go. Lovely bit of platforming in this game, I like it. There is something in here. There is a essence potion, which is very good. Okay. I mean, I can see I can... Can I make it over there? I mean, normally, I want to say. Or is this a case of I need to be able to fly again? I see I can sort of actually... Can I... Oh, no. Ow, okay. Never mind. Yeah, this doesn't seem like a thing I can do. I can clearly not jump that distance, that's just not a thing. There is a ladder here, which I apparently can't do anything with. So could it be... Hold on, what did I have? Hold on. What's this? Arcane Veil. No, that's just a shield. Is there stuff like jumping? Don't see anything immediately. That's very far down as well. Not there. Am I gonna have jumping abilities here? Because I don't see barbaric arm fist, brawn, power jump. Press crouch while in the air. Oh no, that's not it either. Grace, toughness, constant recovery. Could be charge, I suppose. Could we charge our way across this? It immediately doesn't feel like we're supposed to be able to progress further, sadly. Because you... No, okay. No, okay. You know what? I'm gonna say we come back to this eventually. Because right now, this does not seem like a thing that we can do anything with. So we're just gonna keep on going. And we shall go down here. We shall not follow the actual coast necessarily, but we have a couple of buildings here. Let's just check the map a bit. So where is this? Wait, what am I looking at here? I am looking at Claviger's landing here. Okay, never mind. We are going the opposite way. Right, that is that building, literally. Wow, I thought that somehow it felt like I had gotten further, but I have not gotten further. Magnus Assay. There's Magnus Assay. So you are saying that there is a arena here somewhere. Or would this be it?
Our citizens depend on this.
Maybe.
Swing like you mean it.
Maybe just an instructor.
I'm busy.
Yes, you are busy. So I would love to find, as almost a final bit of this episode, where I can upgrade my thing. So I would assume that in here potentially is where we can sort of potentially... Oh, hello. I can steal some stuff. That's nice. An axe. I'm hearing it. There is a tingling noise in this game. I don't know if you can hear it, but it feels like that's a tingling noise that comes about when there is treasure. If we go up here, yep, see, there we go. So yeah, I think we can hear it very clearly now. Here, listen to that noise and you will find treasure. Stuff is money. Oh, hello. So I saw a thing in here. Essence. Yes, essence. I actually have 8 of those now, so if I do want some essence back, that's fine. We are not going to go up to the arena. It feels like it's a bit too early for that. We are definitely going to do it eventually. There's some grog. Good. Before you go into the arena to get some grog. Ooh, hello. Bit of platforming to get up here, but... Oh, and I hear the tingling again. That's like in there, and that is where we are right now. Oh, there's some stuff over here. A backpack. More grog. Health potion. Lovely. Some potentially lovely poetry has been read here. Who knows? This is just a very roundabout way to get in there. Cosmina. But yes, we will get to the arena eventually. There's clearly, when I say clearly, potentially more stuff in here. But yes, let's make our way to here. It is straight forward here, so not up there. Don't worry. It's probably... Ooh, am I gonna have like a camp or something? Because this is an odd pillar thingamabob. A bonus threshold party camp. Ooh, am I gonna have access to this one? That sounds kind of fun.
Really is tits. Someone was actually brazen enough to sneak into the camp for this. This.
People are angry. They can't see how much good we've done for everyone since we got here. They'll come around, though.
Yeah. I just hope Inquisitor Ludwig and the Steel Garrote don't see this and take matters into their own hands.
Agreed. Nobody deserves to die for this. And that's exactly what would happen to those bloody fools.
At first I didn't even understand what the hell they were talking about, but then I saw the painting, or whatever it is, of the king on all his fours with the spear in a very suggestive manner there. Lovely. So, where
Build
do
another
I
palisade
have...
just like the last. When
Where
this
do I
one
have
falls, what
the
you Adherents do
workshop
then?
then? It's bound to be here somewhere, right? Hold on, let me check. I have literally gone too far. Oh, do I go to this thing? Are you the work? You're not the workshop. Hello. Set up a party camp. Okay, let's do that. Okay. La-di-da. Almost a... Oh, is it gonna be Baldur's Gate 3 style of a party camp? Because now...
I haven't seen this much excitement in a while.
Now I
Perhaps
can
I've
talk
got
to
you to
you.
thank for bringing it with you, Envoy.
Now I can talk to you. That's why you had an exclamation point. Okay, Kai.
You know, for most people, getting sent to the Living Lands is a punishment. But, according to Steenrick, you're the personal envoy of the Emperor of Adir himself. Quite a position.
Uh-huh. So as a scholar, I'm an accomplished scholar of the arcane. The Emperor often turns to me with questions that lack easy answers.
You must have gone through one of Adir's famous academies. I can't imagine you had time for much other than your studies, so tell me, is this your first time getting dirt under your fingernails?
I mean, you know, it probably is. So yes, I look forward to putting my skills to practical application, or hardly, I like to complement my research with experience. Should assume you've never read a book. What do you like in terms of like interactions? I don't know. Yeah, you know what? Let's be a bit sassy here.
Fair enough. I didn't mean to offend. What I really want to know, since hard questions are your specialty, is why the Emperor would send his best scholar all the way to the Living Lands.
Well, that is a good question. And you know what? I feel Kai is going to be one of our sort of permanent followers, so to speak. So you know what? Dream Scourge. That's what I'm investigating.
Oh, that almost does sound like a punishment. I don't know how you investigate a so-called plague of the soul, so better you than me. Being a godlike, I don't suppose your patron deity gives you any unique insights into matters of the soul, do they?
I mean, yeah. Here's the thing. I don't even know who the hell my patron is.
I thought every godlike knew their god. That's one of the stranger things I've heard. And out here, that's saying something. Sorry. These are unusual times.
Okay, what do you mean about that?
I haven't met anyone who's really seen the Dream Scourge yet, but that hasn't stopped people from worrying about the rumors. Refugees are flooding in from outlying regions. The guards are restricting access to the city. And people are making offerings to the gods for everything from hangovers to indigestion, just in case.
Sounds bad indeed. So seeing about it can get people alright to fear. That's why I'm here, to find the source and put a stop to it. So okay, you know what, before we say no that, what is known about the Dream Scourge?
Not much. It's hard to separate fact from rumor. I've heard it changes people, makes them confused, disoriented, and eventually violent. No one seems to know exactly how it starts.
Interesting. Well, indeed. That is why I'm here. I'm gonna put a stop to this.
I like your confidence. Just be careful how you express it. Unfortunately, the presence of so many adherent troops and the rumored exploits of the Steel Garrote paladins supporting them is only making a tense situation worse. I think that's why the Claviger accompanied your ambassador.
Seems reasonable. So yes, I can understand the tension, for the troops are rarely unwelcome sight. I heard the Living Lands was at lawless frontier. A little order and stability are needed. Why are you looking for the Claviger anyway? Yeah, let's delve into you then.
I was in rough shape when I came to Paradis a few years back. Claviger Amond helped me get settled here. If he's gotten into trouble, the least I can do is help him out of it. Especially if he's following up on rumors of the Dream Scourge. But what about you? What's your stake in things? Besides your orders, of course.
do I really have any? So I want to help. I'm going to start the Dream Scourge one way or another. That doesn't really answer the question. Serve as at the Emperor's pleasure. Is here. That's it. Again, it doesn't answer the question. Well, okay, I suppose it does, but in a very offhanded way. Everyone's heart tales in the living lands that came from the adventure, or something here calls me. I don't know what it is, but I feel a connection. How about we go with that? I don't know if that's true, but let's say it is.
Just be careful where you say that. That's the kind of talk that may get people thinking you've got the Dream Scourge. I'll let you get some rest, but thanks for talking. It's good to be part of a squad again. Even if it's just for a while.
I mean, we're just a duo right now, but sure, a squad. So, okay, you know what, we can talk a little bit more with you. What about Paradis?
It's the gateway to the living lands. A scenic port city that's as beautiful and dangerous as the wilds around it. Most visitors enjoy some mariner's porridge at the Ballarrock, a back alley shakedown, and then the sudden return of that porridge out of one end or the other. Then, if they've got any sense, they turn around and take their chances back where they came from, with authentic tales of their adventures in the living lands.
Lovely. So, okay, you don't seem to think much of Paradis, or I thought the living lands was full of eccentrics, exiling criminals, and the living lands is a reputation for adventure. What do you expect? Yeah, you know what? A lot of eccentrics, exiles, and criminals here, so kind of fits the bill then.
Exactly. What's not to love? These days, we have a few more would-be adventurers trying to leave their mark on the place. The living lands means a hard-won second chance for the people who settle here. But first, you've got to survive it. And the island gives no quarter.
Exciting. But yeah, if it is so deadly, why the hell would anyone be here?
For a lot of people, the living lands is a last resort. They come fleeing war, debt, famine, the law. Take your pick. For others, it's freedom. To seek glory, to redefine yourself, to live in a way you can't, maybe even on pain of death wherever you come from.
Cool. Sounds like I would expect it to be then. Sounds like a haven. For the most part, yes. Chaos and desperation, in other words. And yeah, okay. What about you? What is it to you?
Oh, little of everything. Rawatai is famous for storms and rocky soil, so I figured if I'm going to live in a hostile environment, why not pick some place where things grow? It seemed like a good idea at the time. Used to be, if you could last out here, you could count on being left alone.
I see, you are a bit lizardy, I suppose, so rocks and stuff like that seems reasonable, yes. So, okay. Whether it's changing things, is that it? Or the dream? Probably not the Dream Scourge, because he says that people don't really know anything about it just now. So a deer probably changing things.
That's what some fear. Hilgard's new embassy and his alliance with the Steel Garrote smell like the authority and order that a lot of people came here to leave behind. But I don't mean to put that on you. I imagine you're tired of having to answer for every Adiran who sneezes into somebody's stew.
I definitely do, yes. So, okay, the Dream Scourge. Why are we calling it that?
They say people afflicted with it have strange, vivid dreams and start confusing them with reality. What starts as a light daze becomes severe disorientation and eventually a bent towards chaotic violence. And then, fungal growths take over your body. So Dream Scourge.
I mean, fair enough, I suppose. Wonderful. So fungal growths like mine, question mark?
No, Dream Scourge is different. It spreads all over. Still, if you see any new mushrooms sprouting up anywhere unexpected, let me know. Until then, look on the bright side. The living lands is filled with people and things that are likelier to kill you first.
Well, isn't that lovely? Okay, apparently I have questions about him then, do I?
My favorite subject.
Well, of course it is. So, before the living lands then, what did you do?
I joined up with the Rawatai Navy as soon as I was old enough. I was part of our campaign to establish a foothold in the Deadfire Archipelago.
Cool. What was that like? Well, Rawatais. So many A's. Rawatai had a presence in Deadfire before the better part of a century. That must have been before you restyled yourself as the Royal Deadfire Company. Oh.
Not that long before, but yeah. Back then, we weren't even making pretenses at our purpose there. We were returning to our ancestral homeland, reclaiming fertile soil that would feed Rawatai. Additionally, we were helping Deadfire, bringing organization to the pirate-ridden archipelago and civilization to our distant Wana cousins.
Gotcha. Yikes. What is that answer? Sounds familiar, I'll say.
To add you're bringing order and civilization to our lawless frontier? Then I hope you learn from my mistakes faster than I did. The Huana didn't want us there. We spent almost as much time fighting the tribes as we did pirates and Wilder. And it was hard to see how any of our fighting and dying was feeding people back home. I'd always heard that war was supposed to temper us, strengthen us, but I didn't see that either.
Let me check a few things. I want to check the Huana. The Huana are indigenous culture of the Deadfire archipelago. Keen sailors and survivors who thrived in the harsh regions of thousands of years. Long ago, they were an imperial power ruling from the great city of Ukaizo. Today, their diminished but influential authority can be found in the islands of Neketaka. And are wilder, sentient creatures who form complex communities but are nonetheless excluded from Kith society. Still don't know what Kith is. Whatever that is the fault of language barriers, immense cultural differences, or unexamined bigotry, however, depends upon who you ask. Olsen Hilgard, yeah, that's the ambassador. Yeah, I'm okay with that. So, yeah, what did you see? Or what
Some
did
fell
you
apart.
see?
Some bought into the cruelty that our continued presence required. Others didn't buy into it, but went along with it anyway. And that bothered me more somehow. I deserted. And I bounced between different mercenary companies for almost 10 years.
I see. So you dislike fighting for Rawatai so much you left to fight for other people. Or desertion is a serious crime in the Rawatai Navy. Yeah, how the hell did that work out for you?
That's why I never returned home. There were only so many options for a Rawataian deserter with no training and anything else. As a mercenary, I figured I could at least choose my battles and my crew.
I mean, yeah, how has that worked out for you?
I ended up here, didn't I? It was more of the same. The only comfort was being part of a squad. By the time I came to the Living Lands, I'd seen enough. Had enough.
Okay, well, anything better here then?
I did. Yeah, for a while. Look. If I can give you some hard-won advice, stay on your toes. You're in a difficult position. Whatever your role asks of you, make sure it's something you're willing to give. Because you're the one who has to live with the consequences.
Smart. Thanks for the advice.
Hey, advice is easy. The hard part's all you.
Cool. So, alright. Are you originally from Rawatai then?
What gave it away? My finely pointed teeth, or the striking blue of my scales?
Well, you know, we have Aumaua in idea too. So are you... Oh, you are an Aumaua from Rawatai. It's a lot of A's.
Fair enough. My people are known to roam. Rawatai's hardly a hospitable environment. Many of us end up settling elsewhere, or making a living on the go. That's where you get the popular image of the Aumaua bodyguard or mercenary.
Ooh, now we can actually look at that. So one of the many races inhabiting Eora, Aumaua, tend to grow quite large and possess many different skin colors and patterns. Coastal Aumaua, descending from Rawatai, are typically blue or green, while island Aumaua from the Deadfire archipelago have warmer tones. Cool. So yeah, weren't you a mercenary?
Don't sell me short. I've also been a drifter, a middling carpenter, and a terrible card player. We should play sometime. I'll show you.
Ooh, is there a minigame in this game? Love it, if that's the case. So, okay, yeah, I've apparently been there, and I do remember near constant storms.
Then you must have come during our sunny season. Lashed by storms and battered by waves. We call it the rough country. and old trenchers say it's made us who we are.
Okay, trenchers.
We do a lot of digging for irrigation, drainage, warfare, the occasional village tournament. Anyone from Rawatai has spent enough time in some kind of hole in the ground to be on a first-name basis with the worms. So, trenchers. Those of us who leave are scramble roots, hardy weeds that can survive just about anywhere.
Gotcha. Very suitable strength in character. It sounds like an unpleasant place to live, but I suppose, yeah, strength in character. You have a lot of that, right?
You'd fit right in with the Ranganui's inner circle. It's true that the same things that make Rawatai a difficult place to live have shaped our people and our kingdom. Our coral masons have built living harbors and fortifications along the coast to protect our ships and shelter our cities. For all our shortage of fertile soil, Rawatai's land is abundant in saltpeter, copper, iron, most of the other materials you need to outfit your military with weapons and cannons. We value struggling and striving together. It helped us survive and build one of the most powerful navies in Aora.
Cool. There was also a new thing, Nui. Rawatai word for big, often used in conjunction with official titles. Okay. As well as one of the most warlike and expansionist, I can say, where Rawatai's prosperity has become the envy of other old empires. Enough about Rawatai. No, let's say that it is indeed the envy of other empires.
It's been hard-won across a variety of conquests, cooperatives, and trading colonies. Some of the traditionalists worry that prosperity is making us as complacent and soft-handed as our rivals. Same as traditionalists everywhere. Me, I prefer the simplicity of the living lands. Kill the thing that's trying to kill you, and hope it has some edible meat on it.
Lovely. So Dawnshore then, potentially, finally.
Sure. What's on your mind?
Well, apparently nothing. Okay, you know what? That's fine then.
We should be
so
safe.
There we go.
But I'll take watch, just in case.
You're doing a terrible job of it, but sure. I do still want to check out this
After
thing.
your voyage.
So I would love to try and upgrade my common wand, because I just want to see what it does. So that actually does physical damage, and 11 to 17, that's actually more than 50% extra damage. I'll grab that, yes, thank you. So that now, we need to do 3 times for it to increase in quality. So we do that, yes, thank you. So now it's 17, and if I want to do it again, it's up to 22. So slightly smaller upgrade, but you know, still cool. So now that is going to deal more damage, lovely. There's also crafting, we don't know anything about that just yet. And I can upgrade, what are these icons now? Not really sure, but Paradis and ladder is like needed for everything, so that's cool.
Bitch, it must be nice to spend the night on dry land.
Yes,
personally,
indeed.
I've always found the rocking of a ship to be soothing. As long as I've got my feet facing the bow, that is.
You would think that, being a maritime thingamabob. And chanting station as well. We don't know much about that right now, but that's there. And then we have our party stash that we can send things to. I understood that. And we cannot leave, which is, well, we can. Oh, alright. That's how you do that. You know what? We're not going to do that. We're going to end the episode here. So this has been lovely. We have upgraded our staff, that's the most important bit, but a lot of exploration in the harbor district, and being taught, so to speak, that this will have almost a Baldur's Gate 3 style of a party, or rather of a camp thing, where I have indeed rested up, so now I have a full essence, but as we fill up with more people, we're gonna have, you know, indeed, more people here, which is kind of cool. Ooh, that lighthouse is, that's not the correct color of a lighthouse. That's ominous, not helpful. Oh well, we are gonna hopefully find out more about that later. Ooh, what can I do? Ooh, can I cook? I can cook stuff. Oh, that's kind of lovely. Alright, well, we're not gonna do that right now. So, yeah. That's all been lovely. In the next episode, we are basically going to continue exploration of all of this, trying to get out to the cottage, probably getting up to the Strangle Route, which is kind of a... It's going to be interesting to see what the map is like, because it says find the strangle route, and then the strangle route is up here. So why is it here? Well, there's a wall. Very interesting. We're going to find out potentially in the next episode. For now though, this has been Ghostmutgaming with me, Christopher. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.